Greetings, risk takers. Welcome to Wheel of Fortune. Welcome to my channel, Book Outlook. In this video, I'll be sharing one strategy that you can use online or in a real life casinos. So if you like this kind of a content, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications. Thank you very much. So I'm choosing to share a 12 number strategy. And the reason for choosing 12 number strategy was basically I do play roulette by tracking history. I analyze data for at least 2 cycles because in European roulette wheel you have 37 numbers 0 to 36. That's one cycle, and then again it completes another cycle and then gives me detail. That's the way how I play it. And my idea was to choose a strategy 12 number that you can play online, or you can take the strategy any brick and mortar in real life casinos and don't have to worry about tool. You can absolutely make it as your base game strategy and expand it the way you like. I'm a low baller, so that's why I like to choose 12 numbers or even less than 12 numbers, because I try to be very careful with my bets. Like, the beauty of roulette is it's not like any other game. Slightly different. You can choose your number systems. You can choose one number. You can choose two numbers. If you're comfortable, you can even choose 35 numbers and would still profit. You can scale it up, scale it down. Your gameplay, create an attacking strategy based on how many numbers you play. People who have systems they play like 27 numbers. People are comfortable playing 30 numbers. And it makes sense. Like. Math is always the same. If you're going to play with, like, let's say, if you're going to play with 18 numbers, you're giving yourself two chances to either stay in profit or recover your money. If you're playing with 12 numbers, you're giving yourself three chances. Nine numbers, you're giving yourself four chances. If you're choosing eight numbers, you're giving yourself five chances. And if you go up, if you choose 24 numbers, your profits will be like 30% or something like that, based upon your bankroll, how you can scale it, how you want to lay an attack on it. When I started playing roulette, the best or initial way to roulette is to see that, okay, you have red and black and you place your bet. It's going to be a 50% chance. If I expunge the concept of zero or expunge the concept of house edge. So it was, starting 18 number system or red or black system, high or low or odd and even. But in long run, when I was working on that, it was not giving me any results. When I started to choose, progressions, it really become difficult. So with time, I tested even smaller numbers and bigger numbers and all that, and started to test many systems with progressions and all that. And what I found was like 12 number system is in a way a very suitable system which I can sustain on the table and play a game in long run. So the most basic and easiest 12 number system in roulette are dozens and columns. Those are the most easiest that I have chose to work around with my system or with my strategies and ideas. You can use it anywhere. 12 number system, we have divided the roulette wheel into three. So you can choose either first dozen, second dozen, third dozen, or you can choose columns, column 1, column 2, and column 3. When you look at the history of numbers that is presented, like either on a history of numbers on a tote board or ticker or whatever you call it, so you always see that strip that has a history of numbers. By looking at it, it's easier to figure out what's hitting. At least it gives some idea about what dozens you're working on. The problem comes down figuring out column other than the third column, which is like 3, 6, 9, 12, which I call it a multiplier of 3. So that is why the reason is that people, choose to play dozen. It's easier to remember. But since the idea is to attack and find, the best opportunity, I'm sharing like how can you scale your gameplay to find more possibilities in dozens and columns. So when you're looking at it, I'm just saying, okay, it's not dozen 1, dozen 2, dozen 3, column 1, column 2, column 3, but you can have actually 8 possibilities that I'm going to share, and two of my own generated favorite ones that is actually the meat of the content. That is something and I have benefit from. Okay, so you would ask, okay, I understand doesn't, like, how would I know which columns I want to play? Do I want to play a hard column? Do I want to play a cold column? So I have divided the columns, like C1 is a column 1, that is 1, 4, 7, 10, 13. C2 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17. Third one is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay, so these are columns and everybody understands it. But when you're playing the game and when you're seeing history of numbers, you might understand dozens. You can figure out column 3. Like it's pretty obvious. It's very. So let's make column 3 as a base column, like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. It's the most easiest one to remember. And what I'm sharing is, this in this picture you would see that 36 has hit, and I can easily guess it's third dozen, third column. And the number before was 24, which both belongs to column 3 because they are multiplier of 3. So how would I figure out what's the next number and which column does it belongs to? For example, let's say number 10 or whatever the number is. If you cannot figure out which column it is, so third is your base column. You should take it as a base, and you take that number, next number, which is 10, and subtract it by 1. And if the multiplier comes as third column, going to be column 1, like in this case 10, and if I subtract 1 from it, it's 9, which is obviously column third, so that makes it column 1. If it's not the multiplier of 3, that is column 2. The perfect example is 23. If I remove 1 from 23, it's 22, right? And then 22 is not a multiplier of 3, so it's obviously in column 2. So if any number that is subtracted by 1 and is not column 3, it's column 2. And if the result is a multiplier of 3, column 1. So it's a very neat trick for me if I see history of numbers to figure out where I stand. Let's again take this example, history of numbers 36, 24 through 25. And we are in real life casino, or we are playing online, and I just want to go through these numbers and see what opportunities I can find looking at it. Now looking at these in the history of numbers, you can find like so many opportunities. Let's just say you see, okay, there's a streak of reds, then there are 2 blacks, 3 reds. So you can read these kinds of data, but since our focal point is majorly on dozens and columns, I want to get the best out of this, that how many possibilities can I find these numbers, because I don't have enough time. I just want to place my bet and I want to just get the maximum out of it. Let's take number 36, column 3, first third dozen, 24 second dozen, third column, and then we had 24 again, which is same, third column, second dozen, and then the next number is 10, which is first dozen and column 1. And the next is 23, which is column 2 again. If you're exercising how I figured out it's C2, so I took 23, I subtracted it with 1, the result was 22, which is not a multiplier of 3, so it's definitely column 2. The next number is 24 again. In last 6 spins it has presented itself 3 times. So column 3 is really hard. Like, look at column 3, it's 36, 24, 24, 24, 9, and again 33, then 9 again. So like in 8 spins it has hit column 3 like 6 times, and 1 each times column 1 and column. Other things are balanced, like there are 2 first dozens, 10 and 9. They've been multiple second dozen numbers, which is 24 again. It repeated many times. There's number 33 and 36 belong to third dozen. Then there's 9. So things are pretty balanced. Then 0 belongs to no category, and then number 19. If I subtract 19 with 1, it's again 18, and it's a multiplier of 3, so it's column 1. So what I see right now is that column 2 has hit only once. That was number 23 in these many spins, starting from 19. Let's count these numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So in 12 spins I could see that okay, column 2 has only hit about 1 time. So okay, now I have this data. There is a very important category that I love playing, that is choosing or not choosing consecutive of dozens and columns. Like looking back again, now that I have found the data, I want to find streaks, which columns and dozens have hit the streaks. So when I look at column 3 in last 3 spins, and the other 2 streaks that are missing is column 1 and column. So column 1 and column 2 did not have any streaks as of now. We go back after 23, it's 24, 9, 33, and 4 again, it's a streak of 3. So column 1 and column 2 still remain the same, they're not picking any streaks. Then there's 0, 25, and 19. Okay, so 19 and 25. 19 is column 1. 19 minus 1 is 18. And 25 is also column 1. We have 19 and 25, and then we have 0. So okay, let's just consider it as a streak. So it's a partial streak. Like we can say that third column has picked its streak, and there is a partial streak for column 1, which is 19 and 25. So again, column 2 remains still hard because it's also missing the streak. It did not hit. And the only streak that we have found was maybe back in the history. So I have figured out I have 2 more options now. Streaks of dozens, streaks of columns. So C1 remains focal point, C2 remains a focal point. It's not picking up streaks. And again, dozens have already broken the streak. 24 is same dozen, same column, so it has already broken that streak. So I'm not interested because 24 is there. So I'm not considering it. You can consider it as an opportunity, but like for this exercises and for the purpose of this video, I'm just laying out what I see right at the moment and what are the best opportunities and possibilities that I can find, so that I can find my major attack on the wheel. Now there are so many ways I can attack this wheel based upon this detail. I can choose column 3, I can wait for column 2 to hit and then hope it is going to continue to hit the streak. So as let's say if it hits any number in column 2, I will place my bet and hope that the next number will catch streak. I can also wait for few spins and see if it's a cold column is not hitting. I can also choose as a column 1 is also a good streak. It's a neutral number. Okay, column 2 is so cold that it's not picking up. It might not pick up. Maybe it's gonna go cold for a very long time. And then column 3 has streaked too much. It might go cold, may hit or may not pick another streak. So I have two more good options. I want to play neutral. Okay, I don't want to go in a hard state, in a cold state. I want to pick streak for column 1 because something that is hard, something that is cold, let's not go there, and let's choose column 1. So in this exercise and looking at history of numbers without using any software and without using anything, we have figured out opportunities. The best opportunities that we have found as an attack is to either wait for column 1 to hit again and streak it, or wait for column 2 to hit it and streak it, or if you want to play cold number, we can target column 2 and we can wait for. So that is one of the best and easiest way to lay an attack on roulette using dozens and column. You can have 8 opportunities. You can find dozen, you can find column, you can find streaks, which is consecutive columns or consecutive dozens, and these are like 8 opportunities. Then again you can multiply them, like either you want to play hard, you want to play cold, or you want to play neutral. With looking at these few numbers, we have so many opportunities. So I have given you how you can do that without having to have any kind of paper or pencil or software. The best way I do it, again, as I play mostly online, I have small app that I use to monitor results, which column doesn't, consecutive distance, and all that. You can find tools on the internet. People are selling them. You can use it. My purpose of the video is just educational. I don't want to sell any tool. I'm not choosing that line of selling tools. There are a bunch of refined tools. People have worked on it. You can find them out. Tools, you can use the strategy. You can have a pen and paper. You can take it into real life casinos and track the way I've shown you. It's easier. You can track 15-20 numbers and find the best results. You don't need anything. In second video, I'll go a little advanced and give you statistics of 12 number system and how I play and demonstrate some of the videos that I can, how you can really play as an intermediate level, which I have a basic level, which I've already shown you how you can benefit from 12 number system with analysis and find deeper attack. So I'll give you more in-depth analysis of dozens and column. What's your expectation? Are they going to stay cold? How long they can stay cold? And stuff like that. So it's going to be a pretty neat video how you can really master dozens, playing dozen and columns using this video as basis. So stay tuned.